What up, Music Club? Peace and blessings. Speaking of blessings, blessed is the name of Yahweh Elohim, Master of all. Blessed is the name of Yeshua, the Mashiach, who shows us the way back. Blessed are you, believer in and lover of Yahweh, the eternal breath, the eternal spirit, who gave us that everlasting gift of life that we use, draw on to breathe even today. Oh yeah. Hallelujah. Yeah, blessed are you who believe in love and do the right thing. Yeah. Hearers and doers of the word. Yeah. Shabbat Shalom. That is to say, I wish you a peaceful Sabbath. Congratulations on having made it to another. How was your week? That's part of what Sabbath is about. I know you look back and say, because I construct my world of peace, love, and harmony, those things that are in disharmony with myself and my spirit stand out. So at the end of the week, I get to reflect on resting from everything else that I used to get into and do. Get to look back and see those things that stand out. Get to examine them and see how I can overcome them in my own life so that harmony is restored. That's one of the things I do from glory to glory, from week to week. This week, when I look back, I have to acknowledge and give respect to the fact that the enemy is always present to do his job, which is to ultimately kill, steal, and destroy from one life and world as it may be. In order to get there, though, we gotta find a way in. So, amidst my tests for this week, I have to say that well, I would like to believe that we have become better with dealing with tests, which is the goal. when we go through the test, as we're going through it, it may seem more pressing or dramatically at the time than it did when it does once you passed it. Right? That's what the reflective part is good for. So this week for me has had seamless challenges. And the best that I can say is the best that I can always say. Hallelujah. Let Yah be praised because we made it through. And here we are celebrating another Sabbath. You know? So my personal Sabbath party this week is one of those well-deserved rests. It's one of the few times I get to tell myself, hey, you deserve a break. You deserve a rest. And actually deliver on it. That's why we ain't got no camera on. Just want to, take a break. Still share. Still show love. And that's what it is. So, this is our love. Giving back. Hopefully, you'll be able to navigate a little bit better. Maybe look back on your own week and see where you had your disharmonies to help you make yourself better so that in between this week and the next, should you be tested in such areas, you'll find yourself stronger and stronger until, you're on to the next bigger test. It's always going to be tests. Yahweh never said it wasn't going to be tested forever. It's just that how you handle the test, how you choose to handle your test, determines, pretty much your own future, your own fate. That's why Yahshua wanted you to know what's inside of you. That's why he gave you the gifts that he gave you. One of them being the comfort that he promised. Come and tell you the answer to all things. When you go inside yourself, you have those tests throughout the week. Man, my flesh want to do this and do that. Is that going to serve my higher good? Is that going to serve my higher self? Okay, but sometimes you got to wrestle with the flesh. It's your own flesh, so it's your greatest challenge. Talk a lot about addictions, people do. Enough for me to hear it a lot. And that's a funny thing, addiction. I always look at it like, I have always looked at the word addiction as something that people make up in order to put on other people as a form of psychological control. Pick out something that people do and say, hey, because we don't do it we call that an addiction and make you wear it like a coat of shame or something. Yeah, you have an addiction to this, and you have an addiction to that. Are you addicted to this? Are you addicted? And then it's such a villainous thing and all that, right? So I never really took the word serious personally. Yeah, okay, whatever. Um, I guess I still don't. I just respect it because it's so prevalent in people's minds and psyche that you have to give credence to the myth, just like the myth of Jesus and Christos and whatever. You know, let it live long enough, the myth gains power. Anywho, I guess I got too deep in on that one because I was just intended to be like, hey, it did even if you deal with these so-called addictions, and best way to do it is straight on and direct, you know. But a little bit at a time. So like Cyber teachers, well, Cyber can teach you a lot of things. Right now, I'm thinking about how Cyber say, from glory to glory, from week to week. You should take that moment, take that time, and say, even if you're dealing with addictions, you say, okay, between yourself, your flesh self, your higher self, your Yahweh self, so y'all talk to each other and say, all right, Father, you know, for my ladies, you're a lady, right? So you see your inner self, you should see your inner self like your higher self. I can't tell you how you refer to your higher self inside yourself. If you understand what I'm saying, right? So anyway, you get with yourself, you be like, listen, for a higher good, we gonna be more mindful of how we use this or how we use that. And this don't work for everybody. Some people have real issues. When I say issues, I mean problems like this affects your life. It affects your livelihood. It prevents you from taking care of things that you need to take care of in your daily life or to your children or your spouse or, whatever. You are so far gone as you allow for your life to be disrupted, then yeah, you got some type of issue that you may need some people or environmental help or something like that. But as long as your mind is yours still, you need to have your relationship and understand that the power of Yah is in you, the power of Yeshua is in you. Therefore, the power of dominion is in you. You can tell yourself, man, you know what? We're going to regulate how much we do this. Be real with ourselves. Say, hey, you know what? I do this way too much. This is a problem for me because it prevents me from being responsible or whatever it is that it does for you. Of course, you have to be honest with yourself. Now, day by day, whatever you need, Yahweh is always with you, though. You got to be willing to put in your work. You got to be willing to do the hard thing. If If it's bothering you, if it's something you need to change, you have to change it and deal with that, you know? But you're not alone, and it's not impossible. And if you slow down and take it moment by moment, day by day, week by week, you come to realize a lot about yourself, a lot about the spirit of Yah, a lot about the teachings of Yahshua. I could sit here and run my mouth. This is pretty much a slowed down version of self-meditation. I guess I'm sharing with you, thinking about one particular subject or another. This one being Sabbath and using Sabbath to heal yourself on a certain level, you know? We've been talking about the level of, still don't like using the word, but addictions. Things that you have made do that become so excessive in your life as to disrupt other positive things in your life. And then we're going to sit and rap just about that. Anywho, it has been a pleasure to share with you. Because we love you at the FD3 MUSIC CLUB. Man, we love you because he loves you. He being Yahweh, Elohim, King of the universe. We love Yahshua because Yahshua took it upon himself to come here, walk the walk, show us how it's done, unlock the consciousness. Well, at least he gave keys to unlock the consciousness. The actual unlocking is up to the individual. Nonetheless, peace and blessings to the spirit of Yahshua, Mashiach. Peace and blessings to you. Whether you are tapped into your intellectual higher consciousness or into your you know who you are consciousness. You know that Yahweh is in you. He needs your strength, your peace, your calm, your power. And you know it because you tapped into the greatest aspect of his power, which is his love. Anywho, we love you at the FD3 Music Club. Y'all been loves you most. Anybody who know who I love. And if you don't, sorry. I love you. We hope you love you too. Tell yourself you love you. Give yourself a hug. I mean, why not? Then you share with somebody that you love. Either way it go. FD3 Music Club. We out of here. Peace. One love. Abdiyah. Shabbat Shalom. Enjoy.